Every every dunk,
Studio.
every pit stop, every loss, every victory,
Mics are up.
every single sport. We
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're getting to the world of sports right now with Tega Supreme. Hi, good morning, Tega.
Good morning.
Good to have you here this morning. Thank you so very much, Tega. Tega is always fighting me, ladies and gentlemen. I need to report her officially to everyone. She's always
Hmm.
fighting me for one reason or the other.
Lagos people, can you see my size?
We have to
Can
take.
you see his size? I'm not
People
foolish.
who know
I'm
you,
very
people who
wise.
know, they know. Tega, thank you very much, Lagos. Join the conversation on Twitter. Use that hashtag lockerroom981. Tweet at us at smooth981fm. You can also send a message on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is 0809 That's 0809 On YouTube, where we're streaming live, you can leave a comment there and just say hi to us as we're waving to you. YouTube.com/smooth91FM Lagos. Our first story talks about the Flying Eagles. After an emphatic 5-0 win over Mauritania in last Saturday's CAF Under 20 African Cup of Nations qualifiers, Flying Eagles captain Ikoem Utin said the team's next target was to win the AFCON in Niger Republic and also qualify for the FIFA Under 20 World Cup in Poland. In his words, he says, "Our aim to go to Niger and win the Nations Cup. Of course, qualification for the FIFA World Cup is our major target." He attributed the big win over Mauritania to hard work by the team. Putin said, "When preparation meets opportunity, success always comes in. We're prepared for it and we have qualified." In the game of football, there's no small team. Mauritania are a good side because they disqualified Morocco and Equatorial Guinea, but we thank God we're able to take them out of the qualifiers.
Yes. Beat them
Bragging
well.
rights. 5
Well,
0.
but that was not football, though. That was water polo. The rain that fell over the weekend, it wasn't for the righteous.
Do you think that improved their chances?
No, they just managed. You know how we are now. We know how to manage our own.
Yeah.
So we managed to swim the ball into the net 5 times. That's what we did. But that pitch wasn't. It was bad. The fact is, first of all, I'll thank everybody that managed to still go out
Mm.
and see the game and support the team. Nigeria has more national teams than just the Super Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's under 20, sometimes it's Falcon. Just watch. And so the people were able to come out despite that heavy rain
Mm.
that fell all through the day, and the boys were able to play. The good news is that 2017 was not such a good year. Nigeria didn't qualify
Mm.
for that tournament, and the boys now want to qualify for 2019, so World Cup. So I hope that we're able to do that. That we've done the first thing, which is to beat Mauritania, which is to qualify. I hope we go on the African continent, dominate, and then go to the World Cup and show what we know how to do best. And after that, please let us not have another 20 team that we don't see in the next 5 years at the Super Eagles level dominating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not have another 20 team that will disappear again. After that, let's groom these boys so that we'll continue to have Super Eagles stars when other people retire. So that we only gather the boys together, win age grade championships, and then we don't have any Super Eagles feeder team.
And hopefully they get paid and they're given an entitlement.
Yeah, it's amateur football now.
Uh,
It's only scholarship that they
so,
can get. Yes, no,
God.
I don't understand why you put. No, it's
Ah.
amateur football. You're not supposed to get money for all these
Why
things.
not?
It's just an African thing that we do.
So
We give them. They're supposed to. What they're supposed to get is benefits, things like scholarships.
Mm.
You know, um,
whatever
health
whatever
insurance and all those
recognition they
things.
can get will help.
So we'll recognize them and we'll give them that one. Don't have money for you.
Moving on.
Next.
Well, next, Lewis Hamilton reflected on the most emotional, unbelievable day, he calls it, as he kept his German Grand Prix win after investigation into driving offense. Hamilton said, "I do not remember feeling this great. I'm going to try to enjoy it while it lasts. I'm tired because it was a hard race. I saw the cloud coming and then he started to spit. And as soon as he said, I was like, yes, This is going to create the opportunity at the right time. And geez, it did. It is a whirlwind of a season. It's been up and down. I'm grateful for the ups and downs. We all have dreams, and it just seems so impossible to reach, but I have it. I've done it time and time again.
Okay, so in case you did not watch the Formula One, the German Grand Prix this weekend, let me tell you all the drama that you missed because it was a movie,
Okay.
a very long movie. So, this weekend, apparently Ferrari was the fastest car, and other teams, manufacturers had, tried to find out where is Ferrari getting their extra power and their engines from, and what are they doing differently. The FIA said, well, we cannot tell you other manufacturers' secrets. But what we can tell you is that whatever they're doing is legal.
It's working
Because
for them.
no, it's legal because FIA will know if it's legal or if it's not.
Mm.
As to have the fastest car was still scratching their head. Ferrari came out and dominated during the qualifying. Now during qualifying on Saturday, Q1, Lewis Hamilton's car, he qualified in fifth, and then his car broke down with a drop in hydraulic pressure. Now there were mixed reactions. Toto Wolff, technical director of Mercedes, was the one that said that it was Lewis Hamilton driving on the curb that led to the loss in hydraulic pressure. Lewis Hamilton said no, the oil in the steering wheel or something got drained, and so he swerved, which is what led him to go to the curb, which is what led to the problems. Bottom line, he couldn't drive his car back to the pit lanes after qualifying, which meant he was out of qualifying.
Wow.
So the best possible position he could start from was 14th. Because Daniel Ricciardo had picked up a new power unit and had to start at the back of the grid. So Lewis Hamilton cried a little by his car, felt very sad, and he was sick all day. He still had the remnants of the flu as of Sunday evening, but he'd been sick all day. So add that to the bad car. There was a little tears here and there. Went to his dressing room. Looked like it was going to be a Ferrari day because they finished first and second. Bottas managed to split that and stay in third. And with the fast cars, it looked like Ferrari was going to win this. Race started, and Ferrari were doing what Ferrari knew how to do. They were doing the Lord's work. They were leading and controlling. And then Lewis, starting from the back, was able to pass all the other manufacturers, of course, that he was faster than.
Yes.
The Saubers, the
McLarens,
as expected.
Yeah.
And then he gets up to fifth, which is where the struggle was now. How do we pass Red Bull and Ferrari and then the other Mercedes? And he continued biding his time. And here's what it is. The strategy for Mercedes on the day worked. For Ferrari, they brought in Raikkonen a little too early. So they brought him in too early, put him on ultra soft tires, and expected that he was going to last long with those tires. It wasn't going to happen. Mercedes, on the other hand, they held Lewis Hamilton out for a while because it looked like it was going to rain. They didn't know where the rain was going to come because they were hearing about heavy rainfalls just 20 minutes away from the Grand Prix. So they didn't know whether they were going to put on wet tires or they were going to continue with dry tires. They held him out as much as possible, and then somebody there now read that, okay, the rain was going to come, but it was not going to be heavy. So they put him on dry tires, ultra soft tires, maybe 2 laps before they expected the rain to fall down. While the rest of the grid was thinking that this rain is going to come. So they were preparing for wet tires.
Oh my goodness.
So Lewis Hamilton gets that car and he starts to hunt people down. And he starts to chase. Meanwhile, Ferrari had changed Raikkonen early, changed Vettel a bit late. Raikkonen's tires were now slow, or car's car was slower, and Vettel was stuck behind him. So Vettel had been begging his team, like, tell Raikkonen to move over, let me pass. And in Raikkonen's mind, like, if you're faster than me, overtake me. So he had asked 3 times, and then on the third occasion, the team now talks to Raikkonen and tells him that they're trying to preserve tires, so he should, and his tires are older, so he should, that does hiccupy, basically. Wow. What it means is move over, let Vettel pass. Vettel eventually passes, starts leading the race. Looks like everything is going well for him. Then Vettel misses a curb and drives into the barriers. Race over. And then Kimi Räikkönen had to go in for another extra stop, and that's how Lewis Hamilton ended up leading the race and then winning. But there was that period where him and his teammates were racing until they told them from the world, guy, don't race, hold your position. Let us just finish 1 and 2 first. And so that's how Lewis Hamilton, that had no hope, no soap, and no glory on Saturday,
My
came out
goodness.
on Saturday,
He came out to shine.
came out on Sunday and
Yeah.
got a miracle.
See that?
And he won that. So congratulations to him and congratulations to F1
Yeah.
for making us excited and interested in all of that. At the end of the day, Lewis Hamilton won. Lewis Hamilton carried out his revenge.
Yeah. Finally.
And Vettel can cry in his house.
Oh my goodness.
Still hungry.
We'll get this one from Jerry. Jerry from Ishaga says, I feel gutted for Vettel. He did everything right, and you could hear he was almost crying after he crashed out from the lead in his home race. Hopefully, this does not go on to affect his future races. But Mercedes telling Bottas not to overtake Hamilton. What is that about? Such unprofessionalism. I wish it was Verstappen in that Mercedes car. I was so annoyed in that race. So Hamilton is the favorite son. Now, shame on Mercedes.
Ferrari did it too. They also told Raikkonen to move over for Vettel. So, moving on.
It's 1-1.
They always do all this. All the team, they give team orders depending on what they want to see. So don't make it shame on Mercedes. People do it. The only people that don't do it is Red Bull. And they've paid for it several
The
times.
number to send in messages to is 0809 444 0981. We'll be back to talk about golf and take more of your messages right after this.
And this is Smooth Breakfast.
That was our most exciting story.
Yeah. And most people are commenting on it.
Because it was a crazy one.
You want your car to scratch this my new car? Gosh, Mom,
Hey.
you need to calm down.
I didn't even mention all the drama.
I saw.
So apparently, Vettel has said when Vettel won in Silverstone in British Grand Prix, he was not like, we beat them in their home on their home turf. We'll take the British flag and go and hang it in the headquarters of Ferrari in Italy. Now you have to understand, Lewis Hamilton is the only Briton. Mercedes is not a British manufacturer. So when he said we beat them on their home turf, what he was really saying is, I beat Hamilton. Yeah. So now for Lewis to now beat you in your own home turf.
Such a shame. Such a shame. Like,
I was
back
like,
to back. You give me, I'll give you back.
But do you know what? If Lewis had the one that said what Vettel said,
Yeah.
hey,
You
they
know,
would have
they'd be
killed
so
him.
upset.
They would have killed, not
They're taking
Vettel.
it personal.
In fact, the whole grid would have killed him. Some people would have said it's unprofessional. This one would have said he's such a child.
Meanwhile, it was.
Nobody said anything about Vettel. I was so happy when he crashed into one. I was like, yeah, baby.
It's like, come on, coming
Telling
to
you.
bite the tires of the car. My
Yes.
goodness.
Crash into that wall and stay there.
Quickly. What's up?
Okay, after that.
Golf.
Just very brief.
We're back. Studio. We're back.
You are beautiful.
What just happened?
Strong, dauntless, determined,
Oh, the last ad.
extraordinary,
Interesting.
intelligent, innovative, talented,
I like this lady, this character they use
aiding
for
in comfort. Whoever, wherever.
She looks very evil.
whenever,
Ada.
we
Yeah,
are
that's
here
her name,
to
Ada.
enable you to be
Oh, I didn't even know her name was Ada. I just saw that she looked very evil.
Ada.
moving forward.
Plug my phone first. Lakumi, plug my phone. You see how people don't wake up morning and be looking for my trouble in Lagos. After they'll say it's Tega that is looking for trouble, they'll be looking for my trouble in Lagos. And then you'll be bringing it in the morning. I'm so sleepy. I want eggs. I don't have 4K to go and be waiting on that breakfast.
Gemini. Huh?
I said I want eggs, but I don't have 4K to go and waste on that breakfast. Let's go back to the back.
Well, that food is nice, sir. Studio. If you're watching us on YouTube live, it's youtube.com/smooth91FM Lagos. Getting on the drama and interesting conversations going on the backstage. Oh, well, behind the microphone. In the meantime, sending your messages to WhatsApp 0809 981. Biggie from KU is adding this. So why is it that under 20s, Falconets and under 17 do better internationally? We've groomed them for the World Cup. We have to give them benefits and their accolades. Talking about veering off to Formula One, Lewis Hamilton is my guy, he says. I knew he was going to win, all the best to him as well. His new hairstyle is DAMN. Moving on to more stories now, talking about golf. Tiger Woods is back in the news. Tiger says not being able to convert one-shot lead at the Open Championships into a shock 15th major title is going to sting. In his words, the American led at 7 under, before a double bogey on 11 stalled his bid. The Francesco Molinari went to win. Now, in his words, that's Woods, who shot 71 to tie for 6th. He said, I had a great opportunity. I know it's going to sting for a little while there, but given where I was to where I am now, I feel blessed. I was saying earlier that I need to try and keep it in perspective, because at the beginning of this year, if it was said that you're playing the Open Championship, I would have said, I've been very lucky to do that.
Yeah, I think he needs to put that into perspective. But boy, this weekend was too beautiful for him not to take advantage of. I woke up on Sunday morning and saw that Tiger Woods was tied for the lead at the Open. I was like, yes! And then halfway through, he was leading. I was like, yes! Then I looked at the calendar. I was like, okay, it's 2018. This may not come out as we plan to be. And it went like that. From that high to a double bogey, and that was it. There was nothing he could have done after that. So yes, he's just coming back, and there's going to be all these almost and nearly there before finally I hope that he gets to win 1 or 2 more championships. But this was great. This was a great performance. This was close, and yes, it is painful, because I think in the back of his mind he's thinking, would I have a weekend this good again? But he should buy this time. It will come.
Yeah.
And he would win one.
Ayo here says on WhatsApp, yay, it was a good weekend with Hamilton's win. It would have been better if Woods had held on. Molinari was a worthy winner, though. He gave a good fight. And also from, please put your names to your name to your message so we can take them. Femi from Festac says, Vettel won the Grand Prix on Hamilton's home ground. Now he's returned the favor. Congratulations to him, Lewis Hamilton. Tony from Agodo says, good morning, guys. I apologize for this long message, but there's a lot to be discussed. Incredible recovery drive from Hamilton. Yes, the team orders stopped Bottas from mounting a credible challenge for the win after the safety car. But to be honest, right now, Bottas is not the championship fight. He's not in. He would need to play the team game for now. Hamilton, however, drove very well to put himself in the position to win, but by extending his first stint on the soft tires as long as he did. The rain also helped. Great result for Mercedes on the weekend of contract formations. I think the rules on crossing the pit lane early white line need to be made crystal clear.
No, the rules are crystal clear.
Yeah.
What it is you are not supposed to. However, when they took the decision to leave Hamilton with the win, they considered several things.
Yeah.
Number one, it happened under the safety car. So it's not like he was gaining advantage or anything. It happened under the safety car. There was no danger involved, and there was, according to them, a genuine misunderstanding between the teams. So the rules are clear. Because what the FIA investigation Stewart came out to say was, look, he broke the rule. The rules are very clear. But what happened was, you have to take into context that time there was a safety car in place at the time. So the danger, in quotes, that happened when Raikkonen did the same thing in Baku in 2016 was not there. Yeah, so the rules are clear.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let's move on now to talk more football. So Mesut Ozil says he no longer wants to play international football for Germany. Why? In a lengthy statement, the 29-year-old said that treatment he had received from the German Football Association had made him no longer want to wear the German national team shirt. He also claimed that he was being blamed for Germany's disappointing World Cup performance.
I totally agree on that note. And here it is.
One guy.
I totally agree. He's been used as a scapegoat several times. At Arsenal, yes, you can say he's one of the big name players, but when I heard it with the German World Cup team, I think I almost lost it. And here's what happened. He's of Turkish origin. He took a picture with Erdogan, the Turkish
Prime Minister.
president that everybody is afraid of, including myself. So, and for justifiable reasons too. So he came out to say that, and those pictures that he took, the president now used it for his re-election or in his re-election.
Imagine that.
So the people in the British media that came out to say that how could he support such a dictatorship in that country. There were people from the Football Association that did that.
It would drag him into the
it's just messy. Over time, it didn't happen. That was just the straw that broke the camel's back. But it seemed that they've been scapegoating him for a while, and even with the German FA. And the truth of the matter is, when people come out and say, "Oh, Ozil was the problem," I think people are just ridiculous. What did Thomas Müller do, really? At the end of the day, what did Draxler do? You look at that whole team and you think that Ozil was the only problem, then you have a problem. You obviously don't. What did Joachim Löw do? So what you can't only blame him, but over time there has been that tiny hint of scapegoating him, not just because he's of Turkish origin, but because he proudly carries along. He was not do you understand? He was not the only one that went to the meeting and met the president. Ike Gundogan was there. Nobody's calling his name, but Mesut Ozil tends to carry that. So he's tired of this backlash, and he just said, you know what, I'm done. So he's done, and I totally agree with him. Be done with all of them. Let them go. Focus on your club and make your money and go home.
Yeah, I'm not playing for you again. I won't do it again.
I'm not doing
it again.
They should. Now that he's gone, let them blame whoever.
Yeah. You're listening to Sports Stories here on the Locker Room with Valentine and Tega. Now, this story next. The Spanish Football Federation has confirmed that the 2018 Spanish Super Cup will be held in Morocco on August 12th. Now, the match we sees the last season's double winners, Barcelona, take on Copa del Rey runners-up Sevilla, will be held at the Stade Ibn Battuta in Tangier. It will be the first time the Super Cup has been held outside of Spain, and also the first time the trophy will be contested for over a single match rather than two legs. Tega?
Yeah, I think officially we could say this: the La Liga is trying to is really doing all they can to try and spread their football abroad.
Yeah.
So they've been doing a lot of things. Taking matches outside La Liga is great. I know Sevilla is upset. They want the two-legged affair in Spain. Unfortunately, they'll have to do this because that's what the FA wants to do now. So officially, it's a great thing, fantastic idea to export your style of football, to export the La Liga. They're trying to make it, their competition is really the EPL. So they're trying to market it very well. And they seem to be doing a good job. On the other hand, it's a lot of money they've made. So so much money they're making. At the end of the day, it's still a product. So they've sold it and they've made the money. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Now we'll take a message here from Chimobi Victor from Emirates. He says, from Mesut Ozil's press release, this shows that there is no country where we do not have racism, and something me tells me that the German goalkeeper M. Neuer will follow suit before the end of this month. Chimobi, thank you very much. And a message from Big T says, Ozil, he can take a pic with whoever he likes. Why is he being targeted? Because he's Muslim? Because he's Turkish? Walk away, Jai. Let the Nazis play. I mean, to Lagos.
Mesut Ozil, I told him to come.
That guy, Shai, was very
so I think it's ridiculous. Everybody was involved, but he seemed to be the one that was using as scapegoat. Yeah.
And he's not even the coach. Kind of places I'd like to go to right now. The kind of place I have to go, constant power supply. I don't want only water. Who told you there's no constant power supply?
Constant power supply and warm.
There's a connection.
I don't want water.
Somewhere like Bahamas.
The problem with all these long messages, it makes it hard for people to read. Why don't people just send these short messages?
Express themselves.
Understand, but you know how it is. You may not have plenty time there, and you want to read as many messages as possible. So somebody is writing.
Winning is an easy 3-in-1 step. 1. Go to your neighborhood supermarket. 2. Buy a pouch of 10 Nescafe 3-in-1 sachets and get an extra sachet free. 3. Scratch the card you find within the pouch, and you can be a winner. Progress is 3 steps away.
Just
Get
read one.
started with Nescafe.
And then check YouTube. Let's see.
You heard you could do it all with star 826 hash from Union Bank. You said
Okay, nobody.
you are watching the game with the boys.
So just do one from
To celebrate.
Twitter
Like it's the
and
birth
then
of your
WhatsApp.
child. You order 2
But
rounds of
only
food.
after the Man U news.
Don't carry cash, and your ATM card is resting
Tega.
in your wallet, my friend. Don't have time to
Oh,
Yeah.
I want breakfast, Jerry.
Yeah.
Don't be an Uncle Thomas.
What's the taking to do?
Actually, I just
my
want
name
fried
is
eggs.
Nakori. I'm an actor, model, and television personality. I always wondered why would water be jealous of H2O until I tried it. H2O is a sparkling flavored water that excites. H2O comes in 2 vibrant fruity flavors, lime and lemon for that sensational fruity taste, and tangerine for a burst of citrus goodness. It tastes so good and gives me a refreshing spark. There's nothing better than that H2O feeling. Now, tell me, why wouldn't water be jealous? Give it a try. You'll see.
What is the on record?
Feel the O effect. H2O. Water is gonna be jealous. H2O is from the makers of 7-Up.
You are beautiful, strong, dauntless,
How's that?
They're walking around with fans. It's so hot in Japan.
Very hot.
intelligent,
Very hot.
innovative,
Heat stroke and that.
talented.
I beg it's because it comes from in Lagos.
Whoever,
Or go to the
wherever,
north.
whenever, we are here to enable you to be you.
Where did you serve?
IBTC,
Port Harcourt.
moving forward.
You serve in Nigeria.
It's happening. Studio. Welcome back as we talk about more stories and more interesting details in sports inside of the locker room. Use that hashtag on Twitter, lockerroom981. If you're tweeting at us at Smooth91FM, Tega Supreme, Tega Tiger, Tega, what other adjective is used to describe you?
Nothing.
Tega the fighter.
Tega is okay.
Here in the studio with me, Valentine. Ouch. Lagos, go to youtube.com, see all the things that. Okay, I'm not going to report you. It's Smooth91FM. Just type that in the search box. You'll find us on YouTube. Alexis Sanchez failed to inspire a flat Mercedes, or Manchester United rather, to inspire the flat Manchester United as they were held to a 0-0 draw by San Jose Earthquakes in a friendly in California. Just after Antonio Valencia was forced off with an early injury, Eric Bailly should have opened the scoring, but headed against the crossbar from point blank range. Otherwise, United chances were few and far between. Now, United embark upon another International Champions Cup campaign this week with AC Milan up first on Thursday before a clash with old foes Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool also lost yesterday to Borussia Dortmund. I think Dortmund even came from behind to win that game by 3-1. So so the people that are struggling in the friendlies will continue to struggle. But what it is that it's the World Cup here, and a lot of big name players have not really joined up with their clubs, and even when they have, they've been given a little extra rest. And so to see fantastic games right now will be asking too much. So yes, that's why a bit of clubs like Manchester United will struggle a bit, and Liverpool will struggle a bit. PSG, I think, played and they lost to Bayern Munich. So you'll be seeing all those weird friendlies that are not filled with the stars.
Yeah.
And coaches are complaining about it, because what it means is that they can't train with their team as a whole. They don't seem like they're preparing well enough for the next season. But the reason why the league has 38 games is that you have time to capture your momentum back. So
Yeah.
they should calm down.
Yeah, and work harder. Lagos. So we'll have this message up on Twitter from Charles Chidoze. It says, whatever the Morocco FA is doing right now to merit the Super Cup the Spanish Super Cup being played on their soil, hope the GUA-led NFF board are seeing what they're doing right and they can attract to our soil.
Sorry,
Good question.
Giwa has been banned for all footballing activities for 5 years. Yeah, you can't be leading
All
NFF.
right.
Yeah.
All right, then. I guess you won't see this. Well, moving on now. Deal as the mole to the Turkish government. They're busy forming We Are Germans. They say if became mature, you go find Papa. Ozil just did that. Carry go, bro. Tony, thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of Locker Room 981 today Lagos National. We'll talk about sports and ladies in sports and sports in general for everyone. In 14 minutes, we get to talk Lagos. The number to call then is 0144899981. We'll go straight into talking about their